before I leave here, I have to ask if I can fly the drone. I'm really doubting they're gonna let me fly the drone. All I want to do is take it up in the parking lot to take an overhead picture of this. I'm shooting at 99% no.
Obviously, the stairs were built later. Well, see if he can say. I'm the architect of the park, says sure.
Run that camera in there or no?
Probably not.
I'm gonna turn it off and I'll just slid it there.
Okay. I'll keep it on your camera too.
Okay, the coolest thing just happened to me. I was checking this place out and they have this little doorway that has a gate. And I'm looking through the gate and there was somebody was inside the gate and I'm like, just joking with him. I'm like, oh, they didn't build these stairs, did they? And he's like, no, those are kind of like modern. He's like, do you want to come inside? And I thought he was joking, and I'm like, sure. I said, can I bring the camera in? He's like, no. He's like, you'll have to leave that out there. So I left the camera out here, unfortunately. But he took me through the inside of this thing. Awesome. It's closed to the public. What an awesome experience that was. It was worth the trip. Just in case you can't read that, that says do not enter. But guess who got to enter today? That's right. In the 17 and early 1800s, only a trickle of travelers came by the Casa Grande. First, Spanish explorers and then Mexican and American travelers wondered who built this ruin and why. More people visited after 1879 when the first railroad first reached the town of Casa Grande 19 miles away. Travelers scratched their names into the walls. Some took away artifacts, even pieces of the walls as souvenirs. In 1889, Congress voted to protect the Casa Grande ruins from further vandalism and looting. They voted to pay for clearing away debris and repairing the eroded foundation. The wooden beams and the metal rods you see today were installed in 1891 to brace up some of the walls. 3 years later, the federal government made Casa Grande the nation's first archaeological preserve. Pretty cool. Another kind of cool fact, the beams that are sticking out of this building and that run through it, and you can see it, the birds are right above it. If you can see the birds right there, there's a couple of them that go through there. Those beams were put up in the late 1800s. He said they've never taken them down because they're not sure what would happen if they did take them down. So they have this huge covering over this thing that I was talking about earlier. They have 4 of these huge pillars holding this thing up, and they said they're like huge stakes, and they go way into the ground because they were afraid that the roof would fly off because of high winds and rain in this area.
There was a spot marked on the back wall that So they knew it was time to plant their crops. The rains were coming. This one over here is fascinating. It's a lunar event. They find it in many, many of the ancient cultures, and it puzzles archaeologists, cultures. And every 18.6 years, the moon shines on a spot marked on the back wall.
Who named Casa Grande? Jesuit missionary and explorer and map maker Francisco Kino was the first European to see and document these ruins. In 1694, Father Kino called the building Casa Grande, Spanish for Great House. Look, I almost did not come out here. I looked on the website. I was like, wow, they got one building to look at. It said there was a lot of people left comments, said, hey, it's a cool place, but very small. A lot of comments were just saying that you can get through it really quick. And I was like, do I want to go out there? Do I want to cover this for the Arizona Timeless Tourist? Let me tell you, this is well worth coming out to. My experience here is a little bit different than some other experiences because I got to actually go in the structure. Shh. It was awesome. I was allowed to take pictures on my cell phone, but the gentleman said, for your personal use, you can take some pictures. So for now, I'm gonna keep them on my cell phone, share them with my family. I won't post them when I leave here. Before I leave here, I have to ask if I can fly the drone. I mean, I'm really doubting they're gonna let me fly the drone. All I wanna do is take it up in the parking lot to take an overhead picture of this. I'm shooting at 99% no. I'm shooting for the moon on a yes. But I wanna obey the laws, just like I obey the laws with my drones. I have a drone video out there that I get absolutely rude comments. People tell me I'm all kinds of horrible things because I filmed an individual on a trail in the Grand Canyon with about 45 other people on the trail. He was flying a Maverick drone, and I said, this is just not the place to fly a drone, and people get hot at me. So when I try to obey the law, it doesn't go, it is what it is.